Today is 3rd June, the day I'm filming this, and this is my May wrap-up video. The entire month has been really bad just physically for me. I have been experiencing really bad migraines, maybe because of the heat, but also I've been fading in and out of sicknesses. Internally, I feel like I'm inflamed, but I don't know what's happening to me. I went to the clinic and they said I'm fine, but I don't feel fine. Just getting to work itself is really hard. You know what? I survived. I'm fine. Whatever, okay? I survived. That's it.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
So this video is just going to be a cozy video where I share all of the books that I've read in May despite feeling a little bit under the weather. I will also be sharing some things that I find helpful during this period of time when you're sick, I guess. If you're interested in the things rather than the books, I'll leave timestamps down below so you can skip ahead. I've actually talked about most of the books that I've read in May in previous videos, so I'm not going to go in depth. I managed to read 6 books, starting with Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto. I just think this book is really beautiful in terms of how it associates processing grief with different spaces. Having this external space outside of you be reflective of what you're feeling on the inside. Meeting different characters, odd characters that don't necessarily fit Japanese society, I guess, and have them form a little sort of beautiful union. It's kind of found family vibes. You see them coming together and process grief together and being in support of each other, and I really like that part of the book. And then I read August Heat by William Fryer Harvey. This book is only 7 pages, so it's actually a short story. I saw an audiobook of this in my library, so I just picked it up. I didn't leave any review for this. I didn't leave any stars for this because it was so short. I'll just leave the link down below so you can read it too. The story is about this artist who has a sudden inspiration and he starts drawing a sketch of a criminal in court. There's nothing particularly special about it, so I don't have anything to say about it. I actually read 2 books by Yoko Ogawa this month. One is Revenge, which is her short story collection, and then I picked up The Memory Police. I think compared to other Japanese writers, Yoko Ogawa has this really nice craft of showing and not telling you more about the characters through the setting and the spaces they live in. That is why it feels so magical reading her books and why her magical realism really sticks with me. I don't really like magical realism that much, especially when it is an essential part of the plot. I don't like it that much, but Yoko Ogawa's writing really saves it for me. For Revenge, I only rated it I actually rated it 4 stars, but thinking back on my experience, I think I would just rate it a 3.5 star. What's special about this collection is all of the stories are interwoven in a sense where the next story will be featuring a character that has appeared before, and I like that part of this book a lot. Other than that, not much to it. I think the stories are fine. I don't have any particular favorites. I guess just overall, it's a really nice read when you want a short story collection. I actually wanted to read The Housekeeper and the Professor first before The Memory Police, but I saw this in my local library, so I just picked this up. The Memory Police talks about this island that is experiencing a weird disappearance collectively. A majority of the people on this island are experiencing disappearance of concepts, of memories, and of objects. They would just wake up one day and experience the disappearance of an object. For example, if we're talking about perfumes, they would just one day wake up and lose meanings to perfume. They would only smell this alcohol solution. They wouldn't be able to place meanings or know what perfumes meant to them. They wouldn't be able to know what a rose perfume can evoke. Whenever a disappearance happens, the Memory Police will be out enforcing the disappearance by removing all of these objects. But also another part of the Memory Police's job is to weed out the people who are not affected by this disappearance. This book is just a metaphorical and meditative novel on the forgetful nature of people and how we conform to a culturally oppressive society. We would try to fit into norms, we would try to fit into the majority. With that, our souls will get more and more fragmented. I have seen a lot of people apply the disappearance disappearance, the memory police, to different phenomenons in our society. It could range from the loneliness of being boxed up during COVID to media shaping narratives and how a government can really shape meanings to different objects in your life. I really enjoyed my time with this. This sparked so many thoughts in me throughout my reading experience, and it was just 3 days of reading it. So yeah, I would really recommend this. And then I also read Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mizuki Tsujimura. I didn't like reading the book, but I can see why it's important to some people and how it can feel special to a lot of people. This book explores a few students who can't fit into schools, and all of them can access this magical castle through their mirror. It is in this castle that one of them will be granted a wish. I think what's touching about this book is its exploration of friendships between the characters, how they support each other, but also how each person is dealing with a different difficult situation in school. I would love this when I was in school. I think a school is just really limiting in terms of not letting you have enough space to develop your sense of self. You have both the school telling you what to do, but also your peers telling you how to fit in. If you like exploring that, I would recommend this book. Oh, I have it with me, but I'm glad I read this just to clear my physical TBR. Last book that I read in May is Nesting by Roisin. This book is actually crazy. This is my first 5-star read of the year. I didn't particularly enjoy the reading experience because it was so hard to read this. And because it was hard to read, I rated it 5 stars. You'll see why in a second. Nesting is about this mother who is trying to escape from her abusive marriage. The reason I think this book is so amazing is because it actually takes you through the whole journey. You feel the same emotions that the protagonist is feeling. You will feel scared of her partner. He does intimidate her. If you feel unsafe with someone and they didn't lay their hands on you, but they're always trying to intimidate you with physical movements, right? We gotta reassess that. Maybe that is physical abuse right there, okay? It is the actual depiction of how you would feel when you're trapped in a relationship where you've been gaslighted, you've been manipulated, but also when you know that you're in a tough spot, this person is still trying to control you, still trying to trap you by controlling your finances, by controlling your mind, using the children as a tool. This book is crazy. I hate it. One of the quotes that I really love in this book, I don't have my Kindle with me right now, so I can't really reference it, but it's something along the lines of, I dream of my perfect bathroom. Every time I come across that line in that book, I just feel so sad, because in the beginning of the book, she describes how the first time she left her husband, when she came back, she had to clean the bathroom that is caked up with shit. The second time when she leaves, which is this book, the place that she lives in, she would talk about the bathroom. The impact of that line is so big because I see the bathroom as somewhere private. It should be somewhere that you can spend time alone, but she doesn't have any time to herself. She takes care of the kids. She has no time for herself in the bathroom, but also she can never go to the bathroom to breathe. She is dreaming of finally having a space to herself so that she can be herself, because he has become the voice in her head that keeps on belittling her, demeaning her. She can no longer think in her head without having his voice in her. His appearance in this book is actually not a lot, but his presence is always felt because he is in her head, and I think that is a form of abuse in itself. I actually got the audiobook for Nesting as well, and I find that having the audiobook helped me a lot with my reading experience, because the narrator, how she narrates, is exactly how I pictured the protagonist to be. She sounds a little bit tired. I love that. I love that part of the audiobook. Just both the audiobook and the book both really good. Yeah, those were my May reads. It actually felt like I read more than these books because I started a lot of books, but I just put them aside. It just wasn't easy for me to read in this current state. Some books that I'm in the middle of are Stoner by John Williams and The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Just very briefly sharing some of my favorite things in May. First, this could be a surprise to some, but I find that I have been really liking chess. This last one, that is actually crazy. I spent, I think, 3 to 4 hours on one of the days just playing chess with my sister. Those 4 hours felt like liberation because we were laughing, we were just having a lot of fun, and I completely forgot about my pain, like my sickness. Chess. Who would have known? Another thing that helped me a lot is discovering discographies, discovering artists that I know but have not listened to in depth. So what I've been doing in May is just trying to find an album that's like a no-skip album and just listen to an album from start to finish without doing anything else. I just like laying around or lying on the ground, staring at the ceiling and just listen to a really good album. I have been really loving Faye Wong's discography, all of her albums. I think it's her voice. She sounds like an angel and her music is so experimental for her time, but it is like trending sounds now. It doesn't feel as experimental now. I love it. I love listening to her albums. Listening to her songs just make me feel at peace. Like there's so much longing and yearning in her songs. I feel seen, I feel heard. That is where I want to be. Another album that I've been loving is Miley Cyrus's new album. I'm still listening to it because it's only released at, I don't know, I think last week. Oh no, May 30th. I really loved Miley Cyrus's voice, always. Listening to new songs of hers is just liberating. Okay, I love all of the songs in this album. The album is called Something Beautiful. Thank you, Miley Cyrus, for this album. Lastly, just perfumes. Scents have been helping me a lot. The one perfume that I use whenever I'm feeling a bit under the weather and also worn out, I use this. This is Guerlain's Neroli Ultra Noir. Recently, I've been loving Neroli fragrances. I find that Diptyque's Neroli fragrance is really similar to this. This has more of a calming effect. And whenever I use this, people around me can calm their nerves as well. So I like this perfume so much. This is really good to have in warmer weathers because I think with heat and warm, people get riled up pretty easily. It's good to have a calming scent around you. This has been a lifesaver whenever I'm in pain because I don't know how. This just alleviates my pain a little bit. Another perfume that I've been loving, this is a new addition in my collection. This is Atelier Faye, My Skin But Better. This is a Korean fragrance house. I just discovered it last month, May. This is powdery with actually a little bit of floral because it has lily of the valley, rose, iris, and white flower in this. It has a little bit of white musk and vanilla. My skin scent smells like this, but this really like what it says, My Skin But Better. It's nice to have my scent be permeated in the things around me, my clothes, my room, my books. So mostly I've been using it not on myself but on other things so that my surroundings smell like me and I feel more comforted. I love this so much. I feel like I would finish this very soon. I would really recommend this fragrance house. Another scent that I've been using more in my sleep is Another 13. I don't really wear it out anymore, but I just spray it around my sheets and my sleepwear. I find that it helps me calm down a lot, especially before I sleep. If you don't know how Another 13 smells like, it just smells like a really comforting skin scent, but better. I've never actually smelled anyone naturally smelling anything like this, but I would imagine anyone hot who has a calming presence smells like this. I think it's just nice to have this scent around me when I sleep because it feels like I'm wrapped up in a warm embrace of someone who knows what they're doing, who is calming, and I guess I just feel less lonely when I wear this, which is really weird because I rarely feel lonely, but yeah. Weird thing to confess on the internet. I hope physically you're doing well, mentally too. We are heading into June and I'm really excited for June. I don't know why. I feel like May is like a buffering period for me, and then June is where I go all out because it's summer and the bikinis are out. I'm really excited for that. I'm thinking whether I should plan a summer vacation. I don't know, but yeah, those are the things that helped me a little, including all of the books that I've read. So if you're feeling not yourself, these things are my gifts to you. Hope you continue to do well, and I'll see you in my next video.